it's hard to predict where Tesla will be in even a month because the firm is moving so quickly. We'll be dissecting an interview that Alejandro Sacchio conducted with former Tesla employee Joe Justice today. They discussed a wide range of topics, including why Tesla is the world's most inventive company, why they update their cars so quickly, and why he is so certain that the firm's stock will rise well over its current level. He even dared to predict that the price of Tesla stock would be 1,000 times higher than it now is. This kind of interview will, of course, pique your curiosity. Could Tesla achieve this standard? What distinguishes them from rivals? To find out, keep watching. Joe says in the interview that he had the most pleasure working at Tesla of any place he had ever worked. The company Tesla is incredibly fast is the reason for this. It seems like every other firm is operating at a snail's pace in comparison to Tesla. One of Tesla's main advantages is its incredible speed. It's also one of their business model's hidden and underappreciated features. As most of you watching these films are aware, they move and adapt quite quickly. It appears like nobody is aware of how swiftly Tesla is gaining traction in the market. Unlike any other company the world has ever seen, they execute their changes at the speed of light. Since Tesla has dominated the market, no other business can overtake it. Tesla has surpassed long-standing industry titans at an absurdly fast rate. At this time, the firm would crush any competitor entering the market. No matter how rapidly any other company moves, it will never be able to catch up to Tesla Incorporated. You would see that the corporation has already gotten so far ahead that all we can do is buckle up and enjoy the ride if we were to look at them right now. According to Joe Justice, you would most likely burn out as an employee if the company's objective didn't align with your own principles. However, if your principles coincide with Tesla's, it's stimulating. You begin to realize how much is changing in the auto and renewable energy industries. A handbook known as Not a Handbook is sent to Tesla employees. However, one of them was compromised and made public by another Tesla employee. This handbook essentially informs the staff that they have the freedom to do anything they believe will best serve the business. An employee is free to do anything, including have direct conversations with CEO Elon Musk. Anyone who attempts to prevent an employee from carrying out that task faces immediate termination. Workers are free to work in any sector they choose, and employers will fire any employee who interferes with their ability to accomplish their job. Hearing that Tesla does not have the repressive hierarchy found in other firms is a breath of fresh air. It's among their company's greatest assets. Tesla has ensured that every aspect of their business model, from the corporate structure to the cost of producing an automobile, is ultra optimized. They're venturing even more into unknown waters, and it's impossible to predict what consequences this corporate strategy will have down the road. It is what is the most efficient and effective way to get the job done that Tesla asks itself on a regular basis. Joe described a Tesla engineer who was working on an issue, discovered a technique to speed up the charging process. Employees at Tesla may use a great tool called automated testing to see whether or not their ideas will work with the product. After the automatic test returned a pass, the modification was applied to the car within a few hours. The engineer needed only 3 hours to turn his concept into a working product. We're all invested in Tesla stock because of its unprecedented speed within the auto sector. And as for testing purposes, most firms attempt to limit the amount of innovation that occurs. They are hesitant to make changes for fear that it would work against them. For most businesses, the testing procedure can take up to a year. Tesla has made significant investments in their automated testing program to get around this issue. We can see how long it takes to make adjustments to a model by looking at another corporation such as Toyota. Aside from that, you'll be left wondering why these businesses haven't declared bankruptcy when you take into account the expense of making such adjustments. For one model to undergo alterations up to $100 million may be required. Agile businesses such as Tesla lower the cost of change because they quickly come to the realization that this procedure is too expensive to continue over time. Rather than adopting a more gradual approach, they made a bold shift to drastically cut the cost of change by expediting and decreasing the certification process. Changes can be made more often. Their valuation is based primarily on hundreds of simulated tests. By breaking this procedure, Tesla will virtually have no costs associated with making improvements to a vehicle. Among the interview's most interesting takeaways is this one: Tesla's vehicles can undergo hundreds or perhaps thousands of modifications for practically nothing. Is it any surprise that Tesla is outperforming other players in the market? SpaceX was where the Model 3 and Model I bodies were first created. All of the Musk firms exchange a lot of information with one another. Elon Musk is aware of the profound changes taking place in today's globe. He pushes for healthcare parity and equal pay for all of his workers. Work won't have to be as difficult as it once was because to Tesla's revolutionary changes to the globe with all of his businesses. Ask is attempting to replace the government with a tranquil, business-friendly one. Elon already owns Giga Shanghai and Giga Billion. For bigger purchases, he uses Bitcoin, and for smaller ones, Dogecoin. Stated differently, Dogecoin is the new dollar, and Bitcoin is the new. With everything considered, it is easy to see why Joe Justice asserts that the value of Tesla shares would have increased 1,000 times over. The fact that Tesla can achieve heights that will far above everyone's expectations makes him believe that this figure is conservative as well. As of right moment, purchasing Tesla stock doesn't even require $1,000. That price tag may be out of reach for many individuals, but fractional shares are still an option for investing. Any pricey stock, including Tesla, may be purchased without breaking the bank. Actually, you can purchase this expensive stock for as low as $1. The price of a company's stock indicates how much it costs to purchase a single share, but you don't always need to do so in order to begin investing. You can buy a little portion of a single share for a much lower price by using fractional shares. Let's take a scenario where you wish to invest in Tesla, but can only afford to spend $100. You can purchase a tenth of a share of Tesla stock for $100 if a full share costs $1,000. The ability to customize your payment amount is the best feature of fractional shares. You only need to invest a small amount of money if you have a few dollars to spare. Fractional shares make investing more accessible, so you may purchase even the most costly stocks without going broke. Price doesn't have to be a barrier to investing. Building a diverse portfolio on a tight budget is simpler, particularly for novice stock market investors. A varied portfolio ought to include 10 to 15 stocks minimum, representing a range of industries. To better reduce your risk, it's advisable to have at least 20 to 30 stocks. Developing a portfolio quickly becomes costly if you're betting hundreds or even thousands of dollars each share. As you can see, investing in Tesla stock isn't all that hard. To get started, simply click. Joe Justice says that $1 you spend now can very well be worth $1,000 tomorrow. Do you believe that the current price of Tesla shares is reasonable? Please leave a comment below.